Restaurant Management System. Topic and Application. Contents: Topic Introduction, Concept Use, Applications. Topic Introduction. A restaurant management system is a type of point of sale software specifically designed for restaurants, bars, food trucks, and other in food service industry. Unlike a POS system, RMS completes all back-end needs such as inventory and staff management. Benefits of RMS: we can track sales and orders, view accurate real-time financial statements, and also we can access data easily and faster. Features: easy handling. Restaurant management system is designed to handle all primary information required to calculate such as final bills, total sale during the entire day, and also adding new items and deleting the same through admin portal. Interactive. The main purpose of restaurant management system is to reach wider range of customers and to educate them about exciting and new items offered by restaurants. We created an interactive menu so that any person can easily understand the order. Therefore, this system reduces the time consumption. Linked list as database. As we will using linked list as database in this restaurant management system, we will have all linked list advantages such as we can grow or shrink it anytime as per our menu, as it is dynamic data structure. Unlike array, there is no memory wasted for the same. Also, as we are using linked list, insertion and deletion of any item in the menu will be quite easy. Array versus linked list. An array is a data structure that contains a collective of similar data types, elements, whereas the linked list is considered as a non-primitive data structure, contains a collection of unordered linked elements known as nodes. In the array, elements belong to indexes. That is, if you want to get into a fourth element, you have to write the variable name and its index or location within the square brackets, while in the linked list, you have to start from the head and work your way through until you get the fourth element. Operations like insertion and deletion in array consumes a lot of time. On the other hand, the performance of these operations in linked list are fast. In addition, memory utilization is inefficient in the array. Conversely, the memory utilization is efficient in the linked list. Doubly linked list. A doubly linked list contains an extra pointer, typically called previous pointer, together with the next pointer and the data which are there in singly linked list. Advantages of doubly linked list over singly linked list. Traverser. A doubly linked list can be traversed in the both forward and backward direction. Insertion. We can quickly insert a new node before a given node. Deletion. The deletion operation in doubly linked list is more efficient if the pointer to the node to be deleted is given. In singly linked list, to delete a node, pointer to the previous node is needed. To get this previous node, sometimes the whole linked list is traversed. In the doubly linked list, we can get the previous node using previous pointer. Disadvantages of doubly linked list over singly linked list. Extra space for previous pointer. Every node of doubly linked list requires an extra space for the previous pointer. It is possible to implement doubly linked list with single pointer though. The operation requires an extra pointer previous to be maintained. For example, in insertion, we need to modify previous pointers together with the next pointer. Applications of linked list. Applications of linked list in real world. Image viewer, previous and next page in web browser, music player. Image viewer. Previous and next images are linked, hence can be accessed by next and previous button. Previous and next page in web browser. We can access previous and next URL searched in web browser by pressing back and next button. Since they are linked as linked list. Music player. Songs in music player are linked to previous and next song. You can play songs either from starting or ending of the list. Applications of circular linked list. Useful for implementation of queue. We don't need to maintain two pointers for front and rear if we use circular linked list. we can maintain a pointer to last inserted node, and front can always be obtained as a next of last. Circular linked lists are useful in application to repeatedly go around the list. For example, when multiple applications are running on a PC, it is common for operating system to put the running application on a list and then to cycle through them, giving each of them a slice of time to execute and then making them wait while the CPU is given another application. It is convenient for the operating system to use a circular linked list so that when it reaches the end of the list, it can cycle around the front of the list. Circular doubly linked lists are used for implementation of advanced data structure like Fibonacci heap. Applications in computer science. These are various applications of linked lists in computer science, like implementation of stacks and queues, implementation of graphs, dynamic memory allocation, etc. Thank you.
Hello and greetings. My name is Sakshi Sanghvi. My roll number is 19BCE237. Here I will explain source code of our program Restaurant Management System. Implementation of this program is done using single linked list. First of all, we include all the necessary libraries which are needed for the program to perform. Then we have created a structure which will store a single node of linked list. It has attributes like food name, quantity, price, data, and a pointer of type struct node which stores address of the next node of linked list. Then we have declared some global pointers like head C and tail C, which are head and tail pointers of customers linked list, head A and tail A, which are head and tail pointers of admins linked list, and head S, which is the head pointer for linked list which stores total sales in the day. This new node pointer is a pointer for creating a single node of a linked list. This is the user-defined function admin menu which prints all the options available for the admin. Similarly, this is the customer menu which prints all the options available for customer to choose. Next function is createAdmin, which creates a node of admin's linked list. It is of return type struct node. It takes argument head, data, food name, and price. First of all, we allocate memory using malloc. Then we store data, price, and food name as given in the parameters, and we set quantity as 0 as we are not restricting the quantity to order. Initially, we assign next as null. This if-else statement is for checking whether the node is the first node of linked list or there already exists some nodes in linked list. If temp is null, that is if linked list is empty, then head and tail are assigned new node. And if linked list is not empty, we traverse till the end of linked list and add the last node to the next of the existing last node. Similarly, this is create customer function which creates a node of customers linked list. It takes arguments like head, data, and quantity. Creation of linked list is same as seen in the above function, but here we check if the data entered by customer is present in the order menu or not. This while loop is for checking whether the data exists or not. If flag is 1, that is, if the data exists in the order menu, if the order placed is correct order, then new node will be created. Else, if flag is not 1, then we will print this item is not present in the menu. This is the display list function which takes head pointer of the linked list as argument. First we check if head pointer, that is the linked list, is null or not. If linked list is empty, we print the statement like list is empty. If list is not empty, then we traverse till the end of the linked list and we print each and every node of the linked list. This function is a utility function for calculating total sales of the day. Total sales function takes data and quantity of food item as its arguments. First we create a new node. We allocate memory to a new node by using malloc, and initially we set flag as 0. Now we assign head pointer of admin linked list to temp1 pointer. We traverse the linked list until the data is not equal to the data given in the parameter. Now we assign data and quantity which are given in the parameter to new nodes data and quantity. We calculate total price by multiplying quantity into the price of a single item. And we copy food name by using string copy function. Now we check whether the linked list that stores total sales of the day is empty or not. If the list is empty, we assign new node to head pointer, and if the list is not empty, we traverse till the end of linked list and check whether the data already exists or not. If the data already exists, we assign flag as 1 and we break the loop. If flag is 1, that is, data already exists in the total sales linked list, we will increase its quantity and price. And if that data doesn't exist, we will add a new node at the end of the linked list. This function is calculate total sales function, which creates the linked list for the total sales in the day. First we assign head of the customer to temp pointer of type struct node. Then we traverse till the end of the linked list and create new nodes by using total sales function. By this we will get a linked list which shows total sales of the whole day. This delete function is a utility function for deleting a node of customers or admins linked list. It takes data, head node and tail node as its arguments. If head is null, it will print list is empty, and if head is not null, we check if the data to be deleted is of head. If the data to be deleted is of head, then we assign head to temp. We shift head to the next node and we free the memory which is stored in temp. Else if data to be deleted is of tail node, we assign tail to temp. We change tail of next to null and we free the last node memory. And if the data to be deleted is somewhere in the middle of the linked list, we assign head pointer to temp. We declare a new pointer temp1 which stores temp, and we traverse till the end of the linked list. If the data is not equal to temp data, the loop will break. That means the data to be deleted, the node to be deleted is reached, and then we free the temp memory. This is the delete admin function which deletes a node of admin's linked list. First we ask the admin for entering the serial number which is to be deleted from the linked list. After that, we execute a while loop which will run through the admin's linked list until the end of that loop is reached. And we call delete function which was described above for deleting that node which is entered by linked list. If the node is successfully deleted, this function will return 1. And if the node is not deleted, this function will return 0. Similarly, this is the function for deleting a node of customers linked list. Same functionalities goes in the while loop. Display bill function is for displaying the total bill of food items which are ordered by the customer. First of all, it will display the linked list of ordered items by the customer. Then, for calculating total price, we will initially set price as 0. Then we will traverse customers linked list till the end of the linked list, and we will add quantity and price to total price. We will calculate total price of any food item by multiplying quantity with its price. At last, we will print total price by printf statement. Here, 0.02 shows that after decimal there will be 2 digits. Delete list function is for deleting entire linked list whose head pointer is passed as argument. If head is null, that is, if linked list is empty, it will return null. And if head is not null, the whole linked list will be deleted node after node. This admin function is the opens admin section and it provides interface and functionalities for the admin. First of all, it will print that we have reached admin section. This while loop will continue executing until admin chooses to exit. Then we ask admin for choosing the functionalities, and according to functionalities choose, the switch case will operate. Case 1 is for displaying total sales. Case 2 is for adding any food item in the linked list. It also checks if the food item already exists or not. Case 3 is for deleting any food item. It checks if food item exists in the linked list or not and also prints updated list of food item. Case 4 is for printing the order menu, and default case if admin chooses any wrong option. Similarly, customer function provides interface and functionalities for customer. This while loop will run until customer chooses to exit. First of all, we ask choices from customer, and according to the choice of customer, we execute switch statement. Case 1 is for adding an order to our order menu. Case 2 is for viewing the list of ordered items. Case 3 is for deleting any items from the order. Case 4 is for viewing the total bill and total price. After viewing total bill, we will again return to the main menu, which shows admin section, customer section and exit options. Default case is if customer chooses any wrong input option. Main menu function prints the main menu, while main welcome menu int main function is from where actual program execution starts. First of all, we create admin's linked list, that is order menu. Then this while loop will keep on executing until user chooses to exit the program. We print main menu and we ask a choice from user which role they want to play. If they choose 1, that is admin, we will call admin function. If user chooses 2, that is the role to be played is of customer, we will call a customer function. Else we will break the loop, and if user chooses some invalid option, we will print the error message. Thank you.
This is our source code here, as you can see on the screen. Now here I am running the code. Now as soon as we start to run the code, first of all we will get the 3 options. It will ask whether we want to behave as an admin, as a customer, or we want to exit the program. Now I press 1 to enter the admin interface. In admin I get total of 4 options and 5 including going back to the main menu. Now first of all, let's see what is in the 4th option, which is the display order menu. Now what does this option basically shows that how many items have we kept for ordering by customers. So now for just as an example, we have predefined 5 items in this, as you can see on the screen. Now if we want to add a new item to the menu, then we will select this second option, and now I press 2. I add the serial number of the food item. I enter the food name. And I enter its price. Now let's display the order menu again. So you can see that the new food item is successfully added in the menu list. Similarly, we can delete item also from the food order menu. For example, now let me select option 3, which gives me the feature of deleting the item. Now for example, I want to delete Manchurian noodles from the menu. So I will press the serial number of the Manchurian noodles, which is number 3. And as I press 3, it is successfully deleted and my updated list of food items is this. Now let's get back to the main menu. Before going back to main menu, let me explain you that I will explain about this feature later on in the video. Now for going back to the main menu, I will press 5. Now as I press 5, I am back to my original interface, which asks me again what I want to behave or whose task I am going to perform. So for now, being a customer, I select second option. Now as I select second option, I get all the functionalities of a customer. The basic functionalities like placing the order, viewing ordered items, deleting item from the order, and displaying the final bill has been included by us in this program. First of all, now let us begin with placing the order. I press 1. I get what all options are available for me to order today. Now, for example, I want one hot and sour soup, so I press its serial number. Quantity, like I want 2 hot and sour soup, I will press 2. Now next, again I want to have a chow mein, so I will keep place an order option, and I will enter the serial number of the particular item I want to order, which is now chow mein. So its corresponding serial number, as you can see on the screen, is 6. Now I press 6. I want just one chow mein, so I will press the quantity as 1. So it is also added to my order. Now let us see whether these both items and respective quantity are successfully added or not. So let me press view your ordered items. Now as you can see, we can see serial number of the items, names, their quantities with their respective prices are printed. Now for example, I want to display the final bill of what have been ordered by me. So now let's first calculate what should be the total to verify whether it shows proper answer or not. Now here 200 rupees soup are added and 960 chow mein is added. So total should be 1360. Now let us verify. Now before verifying that, let us add just one more item in our order so that I can show you the functionality of option 3. So now let's first place one more order. First, I want, like example, 1 Hakka rice. I add the quantity. Now I again view my ordered items. You can see that fried rice is successfully added. Now I want to, for example, delete one item from my ordered items. For example, here I want to delete chow mein. So I will select this option of number 3. Now I will enter the serial number of the chow mein, which is 6 here, and it is successfully deleted, as you can see, and the list is successfully updated. Now let us display the final bill. Now first of all, before displaying, let us verify that what it should be. Now as you can calculate, there are 200 rupees soup and 180 rupees item. So the total should be 580 rupees. So now let me select this option to display my final bill. So I select 4, and when I enter, you can see that it is showing the correct amount. So our program has totally and successfully been completed. Now I can return to the main menu by pressing any of the key. Now I have returned to the back to the main interface. Now let's go back to the admin section. Now when I go back to admin section, this is the one functionality which we missed out earlier to showcase. So here it comes what it does. Now for example, during whole day we have run this program for 5 customers and they have ordered different things during the day. So now we want to see what all items have been sold how many times. So to show that how much total sales was done, we select this option and I enter my choice as 1, and as you can see, we can see what all was successfully ordered during the day by different customers. So this was our program which tried to replicate a real life customer and restaurant working system. Now let's get back to the main menu and now let's exit the program. So this was our program of a restaurant management system. We hope you like it. Thank you.